Bob just spent $600 on a new laptop, but his bank account barely noticed. He thinks he found a smarter way to buy things. 4 easy payments of 150, zero interest. Bob feels like he found a cheat code. But 6 weeks later, he signed up for 3 more of these plans, different apps, different due dates, and somehow, every purchase still feels small. Bob has no idea how much he actually owes anymore. That's the moment things start getting dangerous. Today, we're breaking down why buy now, pay later feels completely different from debt, even though it creates a very similar financial obligation, and why the real cost often isn't the interest. It's something much harder to notice. By the end of this video, you'll understand why splitting payments changes the way your brain sees purchases, and why a number that looks harmless can quietly become a problem. Part 1. Zero interest isn't the same as zero cost. Bob's laptop plan really does charge 0% interest. That part is true. The trick isn't hidden in the interest rate. Buy now, pay later. Companies make money in different ways. In many cases, retailers pay these companies a fee for offering the option at checkout. Bob isn't paying interest, but that doesn't mean the cost disappears. The convenience still has to be paid for somewhere. It may affect the way the service works, the retailer's costs, or the overall price structure. The important thing is this. Zero interest only tells Bob one part of the story. It tells him what he pays for borrowing money. It doesn't tell him what happens after he starts using the same trick again and again. Part 2. The math only works if Bob pays on time. If Bob makes every payment exactly on schedule, the laptop costs him $600. 4 payments, $150 each, that's it. But the moment Bob misses a payment, things can get more complicated. Many buy now pay later providers charge late fees, often around $7 to $10 depending on the company and agreement. Some plans may also include other consequences after missed payments. A $600 laptop can become more expensive once penalties or additional charges enter the picture. But the late fee isn't the biggest danger, because most people don't get into trouble from one laptop. They get into trouble from the next 5 things they buy. Part 3. The real danger isn't one purchase. It's everything after that. One buy now, pay later plan is usually easy to understand. Bob sees $150 a month and thinks, I can handle that, and he might be right. The problem starts when every new purchase gets its own tiny payment. A pair of shoes here, a mattress there, a birthday gift split into 4 payments because the monthly amount looks harmless. Each decision feels reasonable on its own, but then Bob checks his apps. One says he owes $150, another says $80, another says $60. None of those numbers feels scary, but together they represent money Bob already spent. Bob isn't overwhelmed because of one huge mistake. He's overwhelmed because several normal decisions quietly became one large obligation, and that's why these plans can be so easy to underestimate. The smaller each payment feels, the easier it is to add another one. Part 4. Why it feels smaller than it really is. A $600 credit card balance feels heavy. It appears as one number every time Bob opens his statement. The same $600 split into separate payments feels completely different. Bob doesn't think, I spent $600. He thinks, just $150, then later, just another $80, then just another $60. His phone shows 3 reminders, 3 apps, 3 small amounts. But there is only one reality. Bob already committed to spending $290 more. The payments aren't fake. The problem is that Bob never sees the full picture at the same time. Buy now, pay later doesn't just change when Bob pays. It changes how big the purchase feels before he buys. A large decision gets broken into smaller decisions, and smaller decisions are much easier to say yes to. Buy now, pay later isn't automatically a bad product. Used carefully for one planned purchase and paid on time, it can be a convenient way to spread out a large expense. The danger begins when Bob stops treating these payments like financial obligations, because they never felt like one big decision. It isn't exactly the same as a credit card balance, but Bob has still promised future income to something he already bought. So try this. Open your calculator right now. Add every active payment plan from every app. Don't guess. Don't look at them separately. Put them into one number. Then look at that number the same way you would look at a credit card balance, because 4 small payments can hide one very real expense. Tell me in the comments, how many buy now pay later plans do you have open right now? A lot of people only find out the real number when they finally add them all together.